All right, ClinTone Brawberry. This is a finished release. Its description is just a fun little synthwave-ish. Oh, another synthwave-ish track I made a couple weeks ago. I try to evoke emotion in my track, so hopefully it brings someone joy and or some nostalgia. All right, sweet.
This is gonna piss me off. Not the song, sorry. The fact that I can't remember the artist. We're doing ClinTone?
Yep.
Okay. All right, let's do it. After this, I gotta go.
All right.
All right, let's do it. Three,
Wait for it to
two, one.
load.
Oh, okay. I was like, you
Three,
ready?
two. Yeah.
Three,
Three, two,
two,
one.
one.
Go.
Appreciate you, Jokerhead. Thank you very much for submitting. And we definitely want to hear you back. When you come back here, I'll have that artist for you. Ooh, the fucking size of the mix sounds awesome.
Yeah.
The depth. God. Ooh, I like this.
Nice strings, yeah.
It's like Hotline Miami type beat.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Carpenter Brute. Holy shit. Sorry, I'm listening. This is how you change it up. Add another instrument that adds a different melody to it.
Yeah. Similar thing with the stutter rhythm and then like the lead synthwave.
The drums are nice and tight here.
Yeah. Cool. Autoplay. Curse autoplay. Um, all right. I mean, overall, pretty cool. I think for the most part, things sound pretty good, like
Mm,
pretty, well produced, professional, all that.
yep.
Um, just like first impressions or whatever. Um, I think it goes on a little bit long. I
Mm,
think there's that second build just feels way too long. Like it feels like it builds all the way from like the halfway point to like
mm,
the three quarters.
yep.
It's like a minute of build or something.
Yep.
It doesn't quite move quickly enough there
Mm,
to keep up the momentum.
mm,
I think when you're building, you have a limited window. There's like a sweet spot where you're grabbing the person's attention and making them want more, and
mm,
then just like boring them and they become disinterested, and then you totally lose all of that tension momentum.
mm.
Instead, you've like annoyed your listener mildly. So yeah, I would say just like, again, shorten that up a little bit, make it a little more concise. Just like with writing, you start out with too many words usually, and you just got to make them a little more concise.
Mhm.
Um, and then the thing that was bugging me, honestly, was the kick drum. And I
Yeah,
know
in
that
the
might be
beginning.
kind of, yeah, especially in the beginning. I think it
Yep.
was the combination of the bass and the kick drum,
Mhm.
way too heavy, or maybe not way too heavy, but way too heavy. Like I
You
think
could
you
hear
could just
the what's it called? What did you call it last time?
the beater.
The beater noise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you can choose where you amplify the beta frequency
Mhm,
usually. Like you can, EQ around wherever you want the most of that.
mhm.
And there are some areas of that range that just sit with me a little bit weird,
Yep.
right? Like
I agree.
and this was that frequency where there's I don't know why, but there's something about that exact EQ of the beater that just like doesn't sit with me quite right.
Yeah.
In combination with I think the low end being too heavy, it just makes the whole kick drum sound too dark,
Mm,
too like boomy.
mm.
It's like the sumo wrestler of kick drums. It's just like so giant.
You fat shaming
Um,
right now?
only the kick drum.
Yep.
Uh, but yeah, I mean, that's the main thing for me. I just think that that was like a little bit of a shame because it distracted me from the rest.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
Again, maybe it's a listening situation, maybe it's just preference, but
Yep.
yeah, that's I would correct that.
Yep. Just a heads up for me. I have 2 minutes, so I might get going kind of fast.
Yeah, sure.
Overall, like I think of this as like the last kind of track vibe too. Very Hotline Miami. Someone said Ibiza vibes. I agree with them.
Yeah.
Um, this could be. I could totally see it on a video game like Hotline Miami. This definitely has like a waiting menu screen. It sounds like more background music, which some synthwave kind of sounds like, which is cool. There was change ups, but it wasn't as kind of insane as Carpenter Brute. So Jokerhead, that might be an extreme example of a change up because he does a straight up fucking drops and shit, and it goes hard when sometimes it doesn't need it, like this one. Um, yeah, I don't think I have too many complaints on this. I think vibes is green. I think content. I do agree that the build up was kind of long and arduous, and it just all kind of felt like background music to me. I got a little bit bored and I was looking for that artist. I didn't
Yeah.
find them. It just popped in my head, but it served its purpose pretty great for background music. When I did tune back
Mhm.
in though, and then the strings came in, I liked everything that heard. Um, so maybe on the arrangement side, maybe just try to go a little bit less time on the build ups there, and a little bit more variance into what you're changing into. Uh, Again, I suggest Carpenter Brute, but I'm biased because I fucking love his music, and he's the only one type of synthwave artist, and quite frankly, he probably for me is one of the only ones I listen to. So, um, I think arrangements in between yellow and green, production, I think it sounds pretty good. I do think that the beater noise is coming out a little bit too much, especially in the beginning. That's the first thing I noticed. But when I came back near the end, when everything's kind of in the mix, it sounds pretty tight to me. I think it sounds great later on. So maybe just automation in the beginning, make the beater a little less present when there's nothing else going on. Um, Production, I think it's like 80% green, and my track total, it's like 75% green, between green and yellow.
Yeah.
I
I would
I gotta go, Josh.
You have to go right now, or can we
Yeah.
close it out for 2 minutes? So yeah, vibes, I would say, most of the way to green, like it. A couple things that could be improved to make the vibes even better. Content, I would, again, it's just about the arrangement being a little bit long for the most part, and potentially your kick drum being a source material thing that honestly I would look into either like really making changes with your spectrum there of your kick drum, so it's not so boomy, and maybe the bass as well. That's also a production note. Or messing around with the beater frequency, or even just trying a different kick sample. Honestly, might just make it easier to fix that boominess problem, feeling too dark and too heavy.
Mhm.
So content, I would give it between a yellow and good to go, like 20% between yellow to good to go, and then production, I would give it like a 50% between yellow and good to go. Track total would be similar to that as well, somewhere between develop and good to go, maybe like 40% or so, kind of
Mhm.
averages out. So
Mhm.
yeah,